think from my experience, people were either disillusioned with the EU, disillusioned with the political class, which is a phrase which we hear a lot about now. Some people were angry because I think got the impression that they didn't think the system was working for them. A lot of people, I think probably one of the biggest, not the issue, but I think an issue for a lot of people was this desire to take back control of our borders and take back control of immigration. I don't think there's any one single issue that kind of unified people. But I think to me that was a disillusionment with the system, disillusionment with the EU project, and a desire to take back control of our borders. Within our country there is a disconnect between politicians and people, and I think the Brexit vote illustrated that beautifully. Here you have, well, it was all the main parties, wasn't it? It was the Conservative Party, the Labour Party, the Liberal Democrats. I don't think there was a major political party other than UKIP that came out against it. And yet the people were just not on board, and they just weren't with them. And I think the Westminster villagers, some people call them, the government, the political class based in London were speaking one thing, and we down here were just not listening to them. Yeah. And I think that was probably a key thing, going back to the earlier question as well. People just didn't believe it anymore. It gives us an opportunity to give them a kick. Yeah. And the best way we can give them a kick is to vote for these guys. I may not like them all and agree with everything they say, but these give me the opportunity to give the Westminster Village a kick. The media, I think, is crucial. You've got to bear in mind, the majority of people probably don't meet politicians. And speaking as a politician who's been the other side, it's a very, very difficult task to go and knock on every single door in a constituency. What was interesting for me in the Brexit vote was this constant disconnect again. So the media were always telling us that the Remain sides were in the lead, 2 or 3 points in the lead, 3 or 4 points in the lead. And more, we were hearing people were going to vote to leave. And so you'd go home and think, well, the polls keep telling us that they're going to win. But the people we're speaking with on the ground is just not the same. So maybe I'm being really cynical, I've grown to not really have a great deal of trust and respect anymore for the BBC. I think they allow themselves to be a mouthpiece for the establishment, and I think that's how people increasingly see them. And again, it goes back to, who do you believe? And I think belief and trust was a fundamental thing. You have politicians telling us to do something. The BBC kept on telling us this calamitous situation was going to befall our country if we voted to leave. And people, I just don't think, bought into it. I think it was a bit of an unfortunate thing to say. I wasn't that comfortable with it. I could see why they were saying it, and it made sense to say it, and I think it probably did sway some people. It's a nice idea, but we can't bind them. We can't make them do it. It may well be a great idea to spend on the NHS. We had some kind of cataclysmic predictions as to what was going to happen if we voted leave. We voted leave and it hasn't happened. The economy is growing, so I understand unemployment is still going down. We can't and we shouldn't assume that people who vote for Brexit are all stupid people. I wanted my country back. And when you get your country back, you get the power to do things.